I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldiers and the town rabble have torched the Jewish quarter. Fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form an alliance with us now.
Fuck. Where are they now?
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next.
Well, Samuel said he wants to be around for that, and we should wait for him.
I see. But if he's gone to Colin, he won't be back till tomorrow. Oh well. At least we'll have time to get everything ready.
All right. I'll come tomorrow then.
Życzę dobrego wieczoru, Kenny. The devil's doing the fun.
Old weather. He used to travel with us. Fella, real kid. Greetings.
Greetings to you two.
Old weathercock was covered in scars.
Can we start the meeting? We don't have much time.
Aye, we're all waiting for you. Right, gentlemen. I think it's clear to all of you what a shitty fucking mess we're in. We were caught off guard at Rabosh.
And they nearly fucking kill us all.
Yes, and they attacked the Jewish quarter.
Thanks a lot for reminding me. I almost forgot.
At least Henry here and Kubienka got most of the people out.
That's true. Good work, men. How did it all go down?
A few unruly townsfolk with sticks. Nothing we couldn't handle.
Too fucking right. They thought they'd loot and torch the whole place, but we scared them shitless.
It is nice that you found my people's suffering so entertaining. But what I want to know now is how you all intend to avenge them.
Well, what do you have in mind?
We shouldn't give up. That's the main thing.
Except that Sigismund has the League of Lords and a whole fucking army. And what do we have? Fuck all! Come on, lads. Jobst will bring his army soon. It'd be fucking mad to try on anything big before that.
It might take weeks for them to arrive. Von Bergov will have found and caught us by then. We have to get rid of Von Bergov. It's because of him that we're in the situation we're in, after all.
You mean in the shit, Sir Hans? No need to mince words.
Sir Hans here is right. It's starting to piss me off the way Von Bergov's been stringing us along all this time.
That fucker is Sigismund's right hand. So we'll chop it off.
Why kill him? You know what ransom we can get for that bastard. Are you all fucking daft? Von Berger was holed up in Malashov, so unless any of you can fly, we can't get to him.
Oh, that's true. To take a cost like that, we'd need a dozen men, ladders, and maybe also a trebuchet or cannon.
There's no maybe about it. We'd certainly need a cannon. So we steal the one von Bergov, use at Nebakov. Well, why don't we just steal all the silver from the Italian court and buy our own, eh? Use your head before you open your mouth.
Hang on. Maybe Janosch's idea isn't all that bad.
How do you mean?
I recently sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's military camp near Opatowitz. She told me von Berghoff has his cannon stashed away there. But it seems things are getting a bit out of hand there. So the Prague regiment he's in charge of is going to move it to Sedlec, and it might not be that well guarded along the way.
So we'll steal it, right? We'll wait till they go through some ravine, and we'll shoot at them from the rocks. The way you did to us before Nebakov.
I see you've learned something from me. But it's not that simple. What we need is for one of us to get amongst the Praguers, so he can keep an eye open and tell us when they're moving out.
And if we succeed? What then? There's 5.5 of us. Even with a cannon, that's not enough to take Malashov.
So you'd rather hide and ambush flower wagons? Are we common thieves?
No, patrzcie tylko. Jeszcze wczoraj przerzucał gówna, a dziś ten prawdziwy chojrak.
I know going up against von Berghoff is dangerous, but we have to try.
Dangerous, my arse. It's suicide.
That's enough! Von Berghoff has to die. Painfully, and above all, as soon as possible. And if there are not enough of you, this might help.
Well, well. That's a sight for sore eyes. Why the fuck didn't you show us that earlier? We could have saved ourselves a lot of blathering.
Where did you get such a fortune? After what happened?
People in Kolin decided to help. They are looking after our refugees and want to send everyone a strong signal that we will not be silenced.
Aha! So that's why you were so eager to go there.
We can't take it. Your people will surely need every groschen you can get your hands on now.
Drop their courtesies, please. All I want is to get von Berghoff at knife point.
If you will permit, monsieur, I might be able to contribute. I know a few mercenaires in this part. They may not be la cavalerie royale, but for such a purse, they will gladly tear Malashov down stone by stone.
Ah, a company of mercenaries, a surprise attack, and a cannon in reserve. We could do something with that, couldn't we?
No, not so fast. We don't have the cannon yet.
Then we'll fucking get it. We'll find a good spot for an ambush and send someone into the camp to spy on them. What about you, Henry? You'll get yourself recruited into the Prague regiment, and when they take the cannon to Sedlec, you'll send us a message via Catherine.
I was afraid you'd never ask. I can just see the look on von Berghoff's face when we point his own cannon straight at it.
That's settled then. Henry will go to the camp. Catherine will tell you all you need to know. You'll find her in the bathhouse there. In the meantime, Ada here can go to Malashov and find out how von Berghoff and his people are stationed there. But look, don't touch.
Za kogo ty mnie kurwa masz?
A lot of soldiers need a lot to eat. They'll have to stock up.
I'll go hunting. This tavern's a bit crammed for my liking as it is.
And what are we going to do?
We're going to prepare a warm welcome for the Praguers.
What do you say, Sir Hinek?
Well, what the fuck are you all sitting here for? Didn't you hear? The fun's about to start!
Henry! Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you alive and all in one piece. I was really worried about you. I prayed to Our Lady the Protector to watch over you in Kuttenberg. It's good she heard my pleas.
Thanks for putting in a good word. It definitely came in handy, because it wasn't nice at all. Lots of violence and death, countless foes. We could have easily kicked the bucket any moment.
God damn! What happened there?
I don't know if words are enough. Simply... it was just like Skalitz. Confusion, screaming, dying, and then the flames. The worst part came when the gate fell. It was as if the bloody gates of perdition opened for a moment, and hell surged into the world.
God protect us! God damn it! I should have gone there too. I could have been some use at least.
I'm always glad to fight by your side, but you wouldn't have changed anything there. There were too many of them. And when the whole street was thronged, there was no stopping it. All we could do was try to hold back Eric's people as long as possible, so the locals could flee to the synagogue. See, there's a hidden tunnel inside it, leading out of the city.
Fucking tunnels! Ugh. But thank Christ for them. What about Liechtenstein?
He's fine. And he managed to get those mysterious documents of his out. He left with the survivors for Colleen.
Praise God. He's from an old and glorious house. It'd be a dreadful pity if he got left behind. The main thing is you got out. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to thank you properly for coming to Malashov for me.
No need to thank me.
I beg to disagree, my brave and faithful companion. First and foremost, be it known that if you should ever similarly find yourself in captivity, I swear before our Lord Jesus Christ that I shall come for you as you came for me. And secondly, I have something here for you. A truly knightly reward for your knightly deed. A hunting bow that has no equal in the province. I hope it'll brighten your thoughts after all those horrors. It can fell the mightiest buck deer and enchant many a doe. And besides, it has attached to it an enlightening history.
I'm honoured. Thank you, friend. Thanks again. But duty calls.
You're so serious. You're not even interested in how I nicked that bow from Jobst.
What are you saying?
When I found out that Jobst would gladly leave me locked up, it got my blood up. So, to pay him back, I relieved him of the bow in Raborsch. And it was immediately clear to me that that bow should go to none other than you.
That is certainly just, I'd say.
I knew we'd see eye to eye. It'd be great to try that bow out right away. We could ride out together on the hunt. Wine, bacon, wine, the deep woods, a quiver full of arrows, wine, shoot some deer and celebrate with wine, like we used to do back home.
We only went hunting together once.
Yeah, but it was memorable. Don't tell me you wouldn't like to do it again. Because, as you yourself heard, there's no reasonable mission here for the noble lord of Leiper and Perkstein. So all I can do is head to the woods and make sure we don't die of hunger here. You'll come with me, right? We promised Zizka some meat, after all.
So who could you possibly know in this Zehut?
Hold on. You're the one that promised Zizka you'd go hunting, not me.
Except you're my page. So my promise is your promise. Don't make me beg. Sigismund's camp isn't going anywhere, is it?
You never learn.
Kindly leave the preaching to Godwin and listen. I found this great spot in the forest near Bohuniewicz, an abandoned hunter's camp. I thought you might like to come with me, have a drink, chat, and do some hunting. What's more, it's on the way to Sigismund's camp.
I've got some things to do first.
No rest for the wicked, eh? Drop by when you're free then.
Not the smartest move, that.
That's not.
When's the last time I ate something?
Your men smashed all my kitchen.
I'm here.
Come. I know a place where nobody will disturb us.
Where's that?
Stop asking questions and start undressing.
You want to talk here?
You said you wanted privacy, didn't you? If anyone sees us here, they'll think you're just another customer. Now relax a bit. You're as stiff as if you were waiting to be branded.
How am I supposed to relax in this situation?
Come now, Henry. Don't say you've never had your back scrubbed by a woman.
I have, yeah, but... It's just different with you. It feels a bit weird. After all we've been through together.
Oh, come now. You don't have to be bashful in front of me. Even about what I think I see in that tub.
Well, the water is pretty cold.
Of course it is. So, tell me quickly what you're doing here before you shrivel up entirely in the water. You say Zizka sent you?
That's right. It's about von Bergov's cannon, and the Praggers who have it. I hear they're gonna move it to Sedlec.
Aye, they have it. What of it?
We want to steal it on the way.
Have you all gone mad? Do you know how dangerous that is?
I know. That's why Zizka sent me here. I'm supposed to infiltrate the Praggers and make sure everything goes smoothly.
So what do you need me for?
Information. When are the Praggers going to take the cannon to Sedlec?
That's what you're supposed to find out, isn't it? But it looks like they got held up for some reason. Sometimes I hear them complaining they should have been long gone by now.
Where is the cannon now?
In the upper part of the camp where all the local captains have their tents. They've put up a palisade around the entire hilltop. And the guard at the gate doesn't let just anyone in. And what's more, they say the whole camp's gunpowder store is there.
And you think it's in the storehouse there?
That's the only place it can be. I haven't seen it anywhere down here, but they won't let me into the upper part.
Do you know anything about the cannon?
Not much. I've heard they call it the Finger of God, and it costs a fortune, but that's all.
Who's in charge here?
That's a pretty complicated question. But in a nutshell, there are 3 main captains here. They run the whole camp. Sigismund is holed up in Sedlec with his toadies and doesn't take much of an interest in what's going on here. The Cumans are under the command of a fellow called Chertan. Then there is Grozaf, who runs the camp. And then there are the Praggers, led by Dietrich Katz.
What is this Chertan like?
He's the commander of all the Cumans who marched into Bohemia. Sigismund officially gives the orders, of course, but it's Chertan they listen to. I've met him a couple of times. He's a tough fella, but his soldiers are loyal to him.
Who's this Grossav?
He's in charge of everything here. He's a nobleman, but don't expect him to act like one. They say he ran up debts and fell out with half the royal court. So Sigismund holed him away here instead of taking him to Sedlec. Watch out for him. You know how it is. The worse off a man is, the pushier he gets.
This Katz. Who is he?
He's in charge of the Prague Artillery Regiment. You should know him, in fact. It was him and his men who attacked Nabokov that time.
That Horson who nearly killed us all.
Calm down. You'll get your revenge soon enough.
Do you have any idea how I could infiltrate the Praggers?
The best thing would be to join up. There are never enough men. But it won't be as easy as it might seem. They won't let you go up and see cats just like that. But down by the shooting range, you'll find a fella they call Crow. He's a corporal in the Praggers. You'll know him by his big black moustache. He's Katz's right-hand man. So I'd try my luck with him.
But what if he turns me down?
Then I suppose you'll have to keep bothering him until he changes his mind. What else?
And once I've joined them, what next?
Find out when they're supposed to go to Sedlec. And above all, why they're still here. And once you've got it sorted out with them and you're gonna all ride out with the cannon, I'll go straight to the Devil's Den and we'll get to work.
Well, it all sounds pretty dangerous. If I say the wrong thing or someone recognizes me, the game will be up. I could do with a kiss for luck.
If you don't mess up, you'll have 1,000 kisses. But work before play. Is there anything else you want to ask before we get started?
Do you know anything else about the Praggers that might come in handy?
Not really. They're artillerymen, as I said. And their pay is a lot better than the others, so they aren't too popular around here. That's all I know. They drink, play dice, and go to the baths just like all the others.
What's it like here? Should I be afraid?
Not really. But I wouldn't call it peaceful here. You know what it's like. Humans here, Praga's there. Couple of noblemen and a bunch of mercenaries who want to fill their purses. All hot-blooded and all hating each other. Apart from that, it's lovely.
Is there anything I should watch out for?
Your mouth, mostly. You know what you're like. If you give the game away, you're a dead man. Just try and act normal. They get up to a lot of drinking, riding, and archery here. Now and then they fight like cats and dogs, but the captains have things under control for the moment. Although...
Although what?
There's a rumor going round the soldiers that there's a spy here. At first, I was worried they were talking about me. But it seems not. Be careful.
That's all I need to know.
Get out of the water, then. You've been in there for ages. Though I have to admit, you've scrubbed up nicely. Maybe I should wash you more often.
As long as it's always free of charge.
Actually, there is something you could do to repay me. But that can wait. Enlist for service first, soldier.
God bless you, sir.
Are you the one they call Crow?
I'm only Crow to good friends, or strangers who want to punch in the gob. Which group do you belong to?
Well, neither, I reckon. But I hope that'll change. I want to join your regiment.
You and a dozen other ne'er-do-wells. I've had fellas pestering me ever since Radovan let slip that we get double the pay. Go and ask Lord Borumlaka, I mean. He's been taking on all kinds of mercenaries. You'll fit in better with his rabble.
Oh, that'd be a waste of my talents.
Oh, really? How's that?
I'm a blacksmith. That's useful, isn't it? You're bound to need stuff hammered straight or sharpened all the time.
Aye, we need that. God knows we do. But that doesn't mean we have to let you join up, does it?
I know about herbs. If you have a sore throat, or need some extra energy, or you've got food poisoning, I'm your man.
That kind of thing always comes in handy. But we have a physician, and one that half the world would envy us. We don't need another.
I'm the best warrior far and wide. Give me any weapon, and I'll show you what I can do with it.
That's all very well, but it don't knock me on my arse. It's what's expected from a soldier, isn't it? Is there anything else you can do?
Oh, damn it, is that still not enough for you? What more do you want?
For you to stop hassling me. You're a bit pushy for my liking. It's a bit suspicious.
My God, what's taking so long? One beer, please.
I want to serve the king, is all. Sigismund should take things in hand here and impose order, since Wenceslas isn't capable of it.
Interesting. Most people in these parts have other ideas.
Only I'm not most people. Please. Just give me a chance.
All right. We lost a couple of men recently in any case. You know what? I'll go and see Katz, our commander. He'll know what to do with you.
Who the fuck are you?
My name's Henry, sir, and I want to enlist.
So you turn up and expect us to drop to our knees in awe? Crow, why did you let this fucker in?
I thought you might want to take a look at him. He may not know when to hold his tongue, but he said he knows about all kinds of healing herbs. That could come in handy.
Well, if that's true, but we'll have to try you out first in any case. I have this issue here.
Ah, you're not going on about that stupid charter again, are you? How many more men will you send to find it?
As many as it takes. Don't tell me you're not fed up with being stuck here. So, this is your test, Henry. Either you come back as one of us, or you don't come back at all. What do you say?
It's a deal. I'm not afraid of any job.
Damn it, Crow, this lad might actually have what it takes.
Maybe he'll help us get out of this shithole at last.
Listen up, then. Some of our men have gone missing. 7 of them. And with them a wagon with horses, to be precise. They had a very important cargo they were supposed to take to Sedlitz, but they never arrived there.
It seems they were last seen somewhere between Miskovitz and Rabstein. But that was ages ago. Christ knows where they might be now.
Hang on, why would they go past Miskovitz? That's not on the way to Sedlitz.
That's what I don't understand. But you can ask them if you find them.
Isn't it possible they simply got lost on the way?
That don't seem likely. We've only been in these parts a short while, true, but it's not complicated to get to Sedlitz.
But the way doesn't go through Miskovitz. So what would they be doing there?
Something bad must have happened to them. But fuck knows what.
I don't give a shit what happened to them. They could have been eaten by squirrels for all I care. I just want that painted chest they were carrying. There's a very important charter in it, and we need it back. Got that?
What if there's more than one charter? I need to know what's written on it.
Nothing a yokel like you would understand. If there's more than one, just bring me all of them.
And what should I do when I find these fellas?
What do you think? Free them if someone's holding them. Bury them if they're dead. Kill them if they've deserted.
What, take down 7 men by myself?
Do you want to be a fucking soldier or not? All right then. If things get tough, come and see me and we'll sort it out somehow.
All right, I think I understand. Find the men and bring back the charter.
Wait, damn it! You don't know the most important bit yet. Mishek, one of those 7, came back.
And you're only telling me this now? So question him, and we'll know what's going on, won't we?
Go ahead and try it yourself, genius.
Mishek was brought back on a cart. Some peasant found the poor bloke unconscious on the road and brought him here. He's been in the infirmary since then. But you can stop by, maybe the Sawbones will be able to tell you something. His name is Musa.
And let me tell you, you ain't never seen a man like Musa before.
That's about it then. Now on your way.
Don't worry, sir. You can rely on me. Consider it done.
Hergott, lad. You're pretty sure of yourself.
A bit too sure, if you ask me.
Isn't he just? You know what? Go and see Puta, the captain of the mercenaries who serve here. Some extra work will do you good. He'll go and requisition some supplies with him. And with a bit of luck, you'll get us something to eat without us having to torch another village. Now go. And don't get yourself killed, all right?
I'm always glad to see people like you.
Commander Katz sent me. I'm supposed to find the soldiers who went missing. It seems one of them is in your infirmary.
Yes, Mishek. He's lying over there and will remain lying for long. He was badly stabbed, and it will take weeks before he comes to his senses.
But I need to talk to him.
Then you shall have to wait. When he was brought here, he was mumbling about some wagon on a place called Lota. But then he passed out and did not awake again.
Isn't there anything we can do? I don't need him to be healed, just to wake up for a while. Can't you just give him some herb that will wake him up? You're a physician, aren't you?
A physician, not a magician. But there might be one possibility. One can make a decoction from Varelian and mint, which is called cockerel potion. It will not heal the poor wretch, but it might wake him up for a bit. But it must be very strong. Not like what is sold by the quacks around here.
So what are you waiting for? Brew it up.
It is not a simple matter just to brew some potion and pour it down his throat. It could make him worse, and I cannot risk that.
I'll do it then. I have no other option.
You? Do not take offense, but you do not look like someone who has knowledge of alchemy.
I suppose you're right. I wouldn't want anything to happen to Mishek. I'll find the others without him.
As I said, he was mumbling something about a painted chest and a place called Lota. Perhaps that will help you.
This way's no good. I'll have to go around.
Huh?
A wagon in the Prague colours. Could the missing soldiers have holed up here? But why?
What the fuck are you doing here?
Get out of here!
If you value your life.
Calm down.
Get out of here.
I just want to talk.
Talk then, before I kick your arse out. What do you want then?
I've only come for one document. That's all I want from you.
What fucking document? Hold on. You mean that parchment we were taking to Sedlats? Dobrodella. The fellow hopes to get his hands on something worth running off for. But all that's in the fucking chest is useless shit and some stupid fucking parchment. Hey, how come you know about it?
Cat sent me here for it. He wanted me to find you and bring it back.
Cats? That old wineskin ain't given up yet. We thought he'd see sense and leave us be when none of the fools he sent after us came back.
What happened to the people Cat sent after you?
What do you think? A few of them probably did a runner. Some are still looking for us. And the ones that found us, see that stream there? That's what carried away what was left of them.
Why did you quit the army, anyway? I reckon that's a bit risky.
Unlike battling all the time, you mean? We were just fed up with it. Sleeping in a shitty tent, never getting a proper meal, and on top of that, all the slaughtering.
What do you plan to do? You can't hide forever.
We'll take everything worth anything, hunt for something to eat, and take to the hills. Every man for himself. With a bit of luck, they'll forget about us in a month or two, and we'll be able to go back to Prague.
There's no point dragging this out, is there? Just give me the charter, and I'll be on my way.
And you'll leave us be?
Go wherever you like. I just need the parchment.
All right. It's up in the loft, in the painted chest. You can take it. There's a ladder in the chamber. And you never saw us, right? My respects.
I don't care.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you.
You really won't have anything to drink?
I've come about that charter you're looking for.
Have you got it?
Yes.
My Christ, Henry. All them men couldn't find it, and you just come strolling in. And the soldiers who were taking it to Sedlitz? Did you find them as well?
Aye. But they weren't planning to go to Sedlitz. They deserted, and were hiding out in the sawmill near Lhota.
Horsons. Where are they now? What did you do with them?
I was lucky enough to catch them off their guard. They're dead.
You took them all on by yourself? You must have been damn fucking lucky. That's your mission accomplished, then. You're one of us from now on, Henry. Here, take our Waffenrock and wear it with pride. And you know what? I think you should get paid right now.
So we can move out from the camp at last?
First things first. You know the first thing every real soldier does when he gets paid? He gets shit drunk! Musa, did you hear that? Henry here found us that stupid document.
And he dealt with the traitors. Perhaps even too well for my taste.
Let them rot in hell, the Horsons.
And what now? Will you head out for Sedlitz?
The sooner the better. Don't tell me you'll miss me.
It is just that you have not finished telling me the story of George and the dragon.
Really? All right, but telling a story like that needs a proper drink first. You too, Henry. Drink.
As you command, sir. To the Praggers.
Long live the Praggers. At last I don't have to drink alone. Moose is not much of a drinking companion, see?
Alcohol and gambling may have their uses, but they are also sinful. And much more sinful than beneficial. I mean, look at yourself. A man should have 4 humors in his body. But you have replaced them all with alcohol.
You're no saint yourself. I've heard from the bathhouse wenches how you can't take your eyes off them.
Every creature is beautiful and noble. For Allah created them thus. I'm just admiring his work.
You've got a way with words, I'll give you that. All the more reason I don't understand why you don't drink and play dice.
I simply do not want to.
But I fucking do. So come on, Henry. You'll play with me at least.
Now, why not? Let's have a game.
That's the spirit. You're a man after my own heart.
Careful, friend. Winning money off the captain is never a good idea.
I hope Lady Luck will be on my side. Mother of...
Shit! How could I have lost?
Glory to the victors, honor to the defeated. You'll get me back next time, sir.
You bet I will. I'll pluck you like a chicken. And now for a drink.
And so St. George hops on his white steed, and he rides to the lake, where he sees a huge mountain with a cave at the bottom. Stench of sulfur, it's wafting from it. And so he shouts at the top of his lungs into the cave and says, "Come out, dragon! I challenge you to a fight!" And so, all of a sudden, the mountain moves, and massive dragon looks down at George and says, "Sir Knight, I accept your challenge, but why the fuck are you shouting up my arse?" I love that, sir. Up his arse.
Sir, you have to come with me quickly. The surgeon too.
Can't you see we're in the middle of serious debate?
No, please, come, quickly, before it's too late.
What's going on?
This is Chatan. He leads the Cumans.
He has been stabbed. Tut's bezeni. Kitchen authorized.
Who did it?
We will not get anything out of him in this state. We must get him to the infirmary before he bleeds to death.
Someone, please explain to me. What the fuck is going on here?
They said they just found him like this.
These two, they were on guard in the tower, and out of the blue they heard a scream.
When his men find out about this, we'll be lucky to not end up in the same position as him.
We've got to move him quickly. He's in plain sight here.
Quick, before it's too late.
I'll help you with him.
You two, go to the gate. Don't let anyone in. You got it?
What are your orders, Lord of Burmlaka?
What do you think? Catch the bastard who did it!
Well, that never would have occurred to me. We're lucky to have you here.
Don't make me mad. If your men had done their sentry duty properly, we could have spared ourselves this fuck-up.
I'll deal with Aldebert and Radovan, don't you worry. But now we have to do something.
All right. You search this place, and I'll go to see Chatan in the infirmary.
Right now? What good can you do there? Be better if you help me here.
Do what I said and don't concern yourself with me. I'll go where I want, when I want.
Fine. Go to hell for all I care. So, Henry, Chatan's at death's door. Musa is up to his elbows in his guts. Grosov won't do a fucking thing. And I'm pissed out of my head. I'd like to hear any suggestions.
My suggestions? That's your job, isn't it? You're the commander.
Being a commander here is a right pain in the arse. Soldiering was different in my day. Nobody would have dared stab an officer right in the camp. Kurva. You know what, soldier? I'm gonna go and take care of something in my tent for a while. And you take a torch and search this place.
What am I supposed to be looking for?
I don't know. Anything. Have a look around. Check Chatan's tent. It's the one next to the stables. Maybe you'll find some clues. Maybe you'll find the murderer himself if he's a total idiot. Fucking and drinking until we're all slow.
And lo and behold, where might this trail of blood lead to? Why would anyone throw away a lockpick here? Could it be I'm not the only one looking to make mischief here? Catherine was right. I'll never get such a massive cannon out of here. I have to get Katz to move it out of the camp somehow. Oh, there's powder all over the place. One spark and the whole store will be blown sky high. Are the soldiers really so lax? Or could there be more to it than that? Aha. So So this is most likely where they used the lockpick. Right. I've searched the whole place.
Did you find anything?
I noticed that the powder store is unlocked. That can't be deliberate, can it?
No, it fucking can't. Unless Chertan wanted to spice up his porridge in the middle of the night, it looks like there's a thief about again.
Again?
It's already happened once or twice that someone went to steal powder. That's why we had it moved up here. Maybe Chertan disturbed the thief on the job and he started waving a dagger around.
But why would anyone steal black powder?
How about because it's fucking expensive? You'd be surprised who'd happily take it off your hands. In Corinthia, I met this bloke who used black powder to blow up cliffs. You make a hole, pour in the powder, cover it up again, and set fire to it. He did pretty well for himself. But in the end, a flying rock tore his head off. But this isn't the time or place for that. Let's go to the infirmary instead and take a look at Chertan. Maybe Musa's already finished with him.
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What? Musa couldn't save him?
That fucking sawbone of yours finished him off, more like. He took one of his pagan potions and poured it down his throat.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's what I'd like to know. Can someone explain what the fuck happened here?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned. Sir Grozav is right about that. But he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Calm down, sir. Go on, Musa.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding heavily, and his wounds needed stitching. But he survived. Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for treatment. That is the usual procedure. But what was not usual was that he started vomiting blood. And then he died.
I'd bet it was the wine that killed him. It might have gone sour. That can really play havoc with a man's guts.
That is a very interesting theory, my friend. But next time, I would advise you to keep your observations to yourself.
Where did you get the wine from, actually? I thought you didn't drink.
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain and for certain complaints. At the right dose, it can be very beneficial. It is not all that common in my country, but I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn Sina. You Christians know him as Avicenna. I tried other alcohol as well, but drinking mead makes my patients worse. And if I give them beer, they almost always shit themselves.
That's enough! Keep an eye on this fiend till I bring the guards.
Wait, sir. I have no idea what happened here, but Musa is definitely innocent. Chertan was stabbed first, wasn't he? And Musa was with me in my tent when that happened.
So, he's in league with someone else?
With one of the half-wits here? I doubt that.
Are you sure you're not trying to cover for him?
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know very well you and that foreigner are best pals.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a nobleman like you, but that doesn't mean I don't have my honor.
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill Chertan, he must have known that suspicion would fall on him first.
The lad's right.
Might I say a word about this matter?
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir. Give me some time, and I will bring to you the real murderer. We won't leave this place until we clear this up. You have my word.
What? But sir, you said we were going to move out first thing in the morning.
Things have changed a bit since then, or haven't you noticed? Not even a handcart carrying dung will leave the camp till I give the order.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you in my camp meanwhile. Are you yanking my pizzle?
But, sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak to anyone until the royal justiciar arrives from Sedlets. He'll deal with him. And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and twiddle your thumbs. If word gets out that Turtan's been done in, things will get pretty hot around here for all of us.
Where do you think you're going, Henry? Stay here and talk. What do you say to all this?
Why did you stand up for Musa like that?
I don't even know. Maybe it's because he actually listens to all my stories and bad jokes. You must have got to know him a bit by now, too, huh? It must be clear to you he didn't kill Turtan.
Well, sir, doesn't really matter what I think. Musa is in the shit. That's all there is to it.
You got that fucking right.
But you won't just leave this be, will you?
Could I look on while an innocent man gets hanged? And if I can't let that happen, then neither can you. And that's an order.
Well, what are we going to do then?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that? I'm not the royal justiciar.
What is this royal justiciar?
He's a crown official who makes sure the law is enforced in this land. His people catch and try all sorts of counterfeiters, rebels, aye, murderers too. Sigismund may not have appointed one yet, but I've heard he's put Stieber of Stiebersitz in charge of this kind of thing. And if that's true, when Grozov brings him here, then we're all up to our ears in the shit.
Who is this Stieber of Stiebersitz?
A real big cheese, lad. He owns half of Upper Hungary. And you don't get that kind of wealth by being kind-hearted. Trust me.
You really don't have any idea what to do next?
How could I? We should probably talk to Musa. Find out exactly what happened.
But Grozov has him under guard.
And there's no way I can get to him. Everyone knows my face. But you could do it.
Me?
Who else, soldier? I need help. Someone I can trust. And you spent the whole evening with me, so you're not a suspect. You have to get rid of the guard somehow, and get to Musa.
All right. How much time do we have? To find the murderer, I mean.
I'm not sure. Grozov will most likely write a report to Sigismund, and delivering it to Sedlitz won't take long. Then he has to decide what to do next, which means sending the royal justiciar here. And how long can that take? I'd say we have 2 days or so.
All right. I'll try to distract the guard somehow.
Good idea. Grozov's men are all blockheads. It'll be easy as pie. And Henry, be careful. I'm depending on you.
That bastard. We're stuck here because of him. I hope Musa will know what to do.
Good doggy. Good boy.
God be with you. What would you like?
Huh. What are you doing here?
That's what I'd like to know. They just came and said I should guard the physician and not let him out of my sight. Even if he wants to piss, I have to go with him. You wouldn't happen to know what's going on, would you?
I heard someone was threatening Musa. They're afraid someone might come and cut his throat. So they thought it best to have him under guard. But you didn't hear it from me. Got that?
Mother of God! Why do I have to be the one to guard him? Am I supposed to get my throat cut for him?
Look, why don't you go for a walk or something? Who knows what's happening with Musa? You don't want to get mixed up in anything dangerous.
And leave him unguarded? Do you know what Grozov would do if he found out? Huh. I'll take my chances here, thanks.
Wouldn't you rather go and have an ale? You won't miss anything here.
I can't say I'm not thirsty. But you know Grozov. If he finds out I've left my post, he'll have me skinned alive.
Henry? What are you doing here? Grozov said...
Nah, to hell with Grozov. Katz believes you didn't do it. We have to clear your name somehow.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure that is possible. Tinje sireye, mene mene sireye.
What?
It is a proverb from my country. It means the road to truth has many twists and turns.
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. But I'm gonna need your help. What happened when you brought Chertan to the infirmary?
I already told you everything. We laid him on the table. Crow went his own way and I started cleaning Chertan's wounds. Then I gave him some wine to drink. And he suddenly began to shake and vomit blood soon after. He was dead.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of Borumlaka arrived and started to go mad.
Did Chertan say anything before he died?
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not as good as I thought. He was coughing so much that I could not understand anything.
What about that wine? Could I take a look at it?
Lord Grozov poured it away in anger before you arrived, so that I could not poison anyone else, he said.
He poured it away? When it could have helped us? The wine was evidence.
Evidence that here in Bohemia you will drink even vinegar. It smelt and looked the same, as always. Except perhaps it was a little more cloudy.
Where was the wine from, actually?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. A very pretty girl. Black hair, nicely built. Catherine, I think she's called.
Catherine? Are you sure?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in this. Chertan was not the first person I gave the wine to today. The wine must have been poisoned here, in my infirmary.
All right. But what now? How will we find the murderer?
I have done some thinking about that. After all, what else can I do here? The best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison has different effects. One makes your hair fall out. Another turns your guts inside out. If we discover what poison was used on Chertan, we just have to find it, and the mystery is solved.
Well, wouldn't it be enough to search the whole camp? I don't imagine many people here keep poison on them, eh?
You would be surprised, my friend. I may not be an expert, but I know that many everyday things are actually poisonous. What is more, you cannot just run around the camp searching people and then try to figure out which of that horde is the murderer.
How can we identify the poison, then?
That is not hard. I examine the dead body, I find the symptoms of the poison, and I compare them with known effects of poisons. That is, I would, if I could get out of here.
And could I help you somehow? Can't be that hard, can it?
Certainly not. Why study something for years when common sense is enough? I'm sorry. that was not courteous of me. I am sure you will manage somehow. The first thing to do is to go to Chetan's corpse and examine it thoroughly. Arms, legs, face. You must remember everything that looks strange to you. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. Take from it my almanac of poisons and compare what you saw with the symptoms described there. You can read, I hope.
Aye, pretty well.
Excellent. The chest is locked, but I trust you will manage somehow.
You have a whole book just about poisons? Where did you get it?
I bought it on my way here, in Moravia. I have not yet had time to study it properly, but please, do not mention it to anyone. It would not look good for someone in my situation to have such a book. You surely understand.
Right. Examine Chetan's body and read the book. I can manage that. Who do you think killed Chetan?
I have no idea. But what I do know is that we will not get anywhere if we suspect everyone in the camp. Who do you think is the prime suspect at this moment?
But what if some spy got inside the camp?
It is true that Sigismund has enemies everywhere, and killing his commander might be appealing, but the guards would not have let a stranger get close to the powder store.
Well, what do you think?
I think it must be someone from here. A stranger would have been noticed. What is more, most people are not allowed up to the powder store, and I would bet that it was one of us who was there at the time. And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, that leaves Grozav, Stephen, and the two guards. Someone should question them all. Maybe their statements will give something away.
Well, I don't have much time, but I'll try to talk to them.
I am very grateful, my friend.
What if we forgot about finding the murderer, and I just helped you escape? You'd be long gone before Grozav found out.
Thank you for the offer. But look at me. My appearance is a little conspicuous. There is nowhere for me to hide in this country. And even if I did get away by some miracle, they would punish you and Katz instead of me. I cannot allow that.
Stop, you bastard! Nobody's allowed in here.
But I'm Moose's assistant, and I need his advice. We've got lots of sick men.
What's your game, you numbskull? Musa doesn't have an assistant. Beat it.
Shift again.
Was it you who found Chetan?
Aye. Me and my comrade there.
I need to ask you a couple of questions.
I don't know nothing. We didn't do nothing.
What did you do when you found Chetan?
It all happened so fast. Before we could come to our senses and decide what to do, Crow turned up.
Crow?
Aye. He heard the racket and came to see what was going on. And I'll tell you, when he saw Chetan, he went as pale as a ghost. But he snapped out of it quick, and told us to wait for him to go and get Katz. If it wasn't for him, Chetan would have bled to death there.
You really didn't see anything? You're standing there on the tower, and you don't hear a man getting murdered? That's a bit odd, isn't it?
Are you deaf? I told you we didn't notice nothing.
No, I believe you. But that only tells me you weren't taking your guard duty as seriously as you claim you were.
Well, it's possible.
What's possible?
It's possible we dozed off for a while.
Oh, Christ. I knew it. You two were asleep up there.
No, we might have just shut one eye for a moment, but we wasn't sleeping. We'd have noticed if anything happened there. But before Churton started yelling, it was all peace and quiet.
How did you find Churton?
I don't remember too well. I remember we heard someone yelling. So we ran down to the ammunition store, and there he was on the ground.
Have you noticed anyone suspicious hanging around by the powder store recently?
There's always someone going in and out. But no strangers. Not everyone can get up to that part of the camp. In fact, everyone who has access came to the place where Churton was lying.
As far as I know, there were two of you on guard duty on the tower. What's the other soldier like?
Him? God's teeth. He's the most annoying bloke I've ever met. Can't keep his mouth shut. A complete twat.
Anyone can be a bit of a twat sometimes.
But he out-twats them all. He never stops banging on about the most run-of-the-mill things. Like, he was living in a cave until now. I tried to tell him I'm not fucking interested, but he doesn't take any notice. Between you and me, it's quite a relief that this business with Churton shut him up for a while.
Right, here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything, and forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch. He looks a bit ruddy, but is that from the poison, or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips, no signs of poisoning. Ah, what a stench. He coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up. Ugh. There's no way I'm examining that. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Churton. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Oh, his belly's hacked to ribbons. Who could have butchered him like that, for God's sake? Almost everything is covered in blood. But there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. I can't see anything ripped or sliced off. There's nothing missing. Whoever killed him, it doesn't look like a robbery. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasms started? And what's this here? Something that looks like warts. But did the poison cause them? Or was he a filthy pig and always had them? Completely rigid. Just like the arms. But, oh, Christ, what a stink! Ugh, he shat himself. I've heard it happens to the dead, but that much? Ugh. Maybe the poison did that. That'll have to do. I've found out enough. He had spasms, he shat himself, warts or lesions on his hands, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking, or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing. Right, that's that. I should tell Musa what I've learned.
God be with you. Keep the peace. You will stay.
Eh, Mutt?
I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertown was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know, or not?
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book, but if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I have been thinking about what you said, that some spy is most likely behind the murder. I do not intend to accuse anyone, of course. I myself have a knife to my throat. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth, my friend. Who are you? Really?
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story. I once served Sultan Bayezid. Although the Osmans are not that welcoming to my people, the Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world, so I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Timur and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan. And I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture. I am sure you understand that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But let us just say that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of. Instead of making me his counselor and physician, he sent me here.
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend. But I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing. I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I'd better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Beautiful, but empty. No poison. Weaving something like that must have been one hell of a job. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. There's nothing here. Moose is definitely not to blame.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you.
You silly boy. He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times. Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he? The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses? Oak. And dry as a bone. Nails. Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death. Just a broom. No, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to. Nothing out of the ordinary. Ugh, stinks of vomit. Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
My word, you're bristling with confidence. We still have some time, so calm down, or you'll give yourself a fit. In the meantime, I'll go and get everything ready.
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only your soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Musa of Mali in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Sir, I can assure you that Musa did nothing wrong.
I was waiting for you to pipe up, cats. Tell me, why should I believe the word of a low-born drunkard? Especially when it seems you and Musa are good friends.
Because I can prove everything I say to you. I tasked Henry here, one of my best soldiers, to find out what really happened to Chertan.
Him? Well, I shall definitely have to hear what he has to say. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Well, that's simple, sir. Musa was with me and Commander Katz at the time when Chertan was stabbed.
That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed him? From afar?
Musa of Mali will remain silent until I personally ask him a question.
Katz and the boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared for a while. Nobody would have noticed him in the dark anyway.
I find that hard to believe. But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Chertan was killed by the camp commander, Grozov of Boromlaka.
What?
You scum! How dare you!
Silence!
You aren't going to let this peasant insult me, are you, sir? You should cut him down to size.
That can wait. First, I want to know how he came up with this insolent claim. And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the powder store, by your reckoning?
So Grozov was most likely trying to steal black powder. It's very valuable, and often gets stolen, I've heard. But Chertan caught him in the act. There was a fight, and that's how it ended.
Me? Stealing? What impudence!
What do you base this on?
There was powder scattered all over the storeroom floor. Chertan disturbed Sir Grozov, then he spilt the powder.
I've had enough of this. Another word and I'll have your tongue cut out.
But Sir Grozov, why are you getting so worked up over this simple fellow? You don't have anything to hide, do you?
Me? Of course not.
See then? We shall continue. What happened next? You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink, and I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
Grozov went to the infirmary a little before me and Katz. He could easily have had time to poison the wine Musa gave to Chertan.
What say you, Sir Musa?
It cannot be ruled out.
Well, Sir Grozov, what actually happened?
Why are you all still listening to that dung grubber? Where would I get hold of poison?
You brewed it up yourself. I found lots of valerian in your tent, which is used to make dollmaker potion. And that's exactly what was used to kill Chertan, sir.
That's enough. You'll die, you liar.
Silence! I've heard more than enough. Sir Grozov, you will come with me.
Me?
The king will not stand for wrongdoing among his nobles. That must be punished.
But I didn't do anything!
Don't make this harder than it need be.
Keep away from me!
Calm now, sir. Calm down.
Shut up, you worm! It's all your fault anyway! I won't let you put this on me, you hear?
Now you're gonna get it!
Ah! Ah!
Well, Sir Stibor, one problem is cleared up, and another one takes its place.
I wouldn't say that. We've rid the king of one idiot. It's just a pity Cherton had to die because of it. And I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for the unpleasantness you suffered.
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
What will happen to the camp now?
That is not your concern. I will personally take command. You just get rid of the corpse and clear out the royal tent for me.
With pleasure. We won't be staying long anyway, will we, Henry?
As you command, sir.
Then I do command, soldier. Go and pack.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out there.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last time. Everything all right?
Neither head nor neck. Their face is in the middle of their belly, and these them eyes
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last, I won't have to wash the Cumans' asses anymore.
Tell Zizka everything, so they're ready for the ambush.
I will. But be careful once it all starts. I wouldn't want Dry Devil blowing your brains out by mistake.
Good day.
All right, I'm ready. We can get out of here.
The sooner the better. Deserters, traitors, murders. I'm getting too old for all this. But the really heavy shit is still ahead of us. I can't imagine how I'm going to explain to the king that Sir Grozov, who he personally put in charge of his soldiers, is a murderer.
Well, maybe it won't be so bad, and Sir Stibor will back you up. I heard Sigismund wasn't too fond of Grozov.
It's just he can't say it openly, because the other nobles wouldn't like it. Well, let's leave it be now. Otherwise we won't get out of here before dark. Sedlets await!
So the devil jumps in from behind a tree. Pa, who's already got his blood up, just grabs him by the horns, wrestles him to the ground, and then starts giving birth to such a hiding. The fur is flying off. Wait, fellas. After Pa was done with him, the devil... Bloody sex! What the
Gott sei Dank.
There. It's done.
What's the matter? Aren't you happy?
It just doesn't seem right, what we did to those people.
Not people, the enemy. Remember that. Trust me, you'll sleep a lot better. By the way, who's that fella over there? The one who fought on our side?
He's called Crow. We met in the camp, but I've no idea why he fought against his own people.
So go and fucking ask him, would you? Now that he knows about us, he could pose a threat. And another thing, Brabant has already brought up his promised reinforcements.
What are they like?
Well, you'll see for yourself. But now, we have to get out of here first.
Yeah, the sooner we make ourselves scarce, the better.
To the task, then.
Seems like we poked a hornet's nest with that ambush, eh?
We did. And that means the Devil's Den won't be safe much longer.
Another reason not to stick around there and attack Malashov.
Well, we're in luck. Ada's just returned from a scouting mission, and he says von Berkov's at the castle.
And what about Brabant's men? You were saying you don't like the look of them.
I just don't trust them somehow. But I'll admit that Frenchman surprised me. They're no greenhorns.
We'll see how they fare in battle.
Indeed we will. We'll soon get going. Get ready, and then we'll plan what's next.